Hey, it's Andreas, and welcome back to the channel. Today I will go over the Q4 earnings of Palantir, and I will give you a unique perspective on when I believe that the moment of truth will come for this company. When do I, as a tech salesman myself, see the big growth numbers coming? All right, let's get right into the highlights, the challenges, the outlook, and my own opinion on when we will see performance from this company. And this will be a very interesting insight for most of you. All right, so if we take a look at new customers added, of course, new logos, that's great. You want to land and expand on different types of workloads within the company, whether it's the company doing some AI related projects or whatever it might be. Also, revenue growth was one of the highlights of this quarterly earnings call because, well, if you have over 30% year over year growth, then that's a good number in my book. And we can also see that government revenue grew only 26% year over year. And this means that a lot of the growth came from the commercial sector. And from the call, we learned that a lot of it came from the US and then not as much from here in Europe. So, what about the challenges? Well, in their website, they posted the adjusted income from operations as a highlight. However, I think that this is in fact a challenge for Palantir, a margin of 29%. That's not good for a software company. I've talked about companies on this channel producing substitute for um, penicillin in the farm animal food that has greater margin than 29%. And this is something that needs to change going forward for this company. They need to bring those margins up. That can be quite challenging to do indeed. And also, if we take a look at deal size, well, I mean, 64 deals of $1 million or more, those deals tends to be very complicated, and IT departments and procurements who's handling the budget, they tend to like more bite-sized or modular type of deals. These tends to be a lot easier to get through legal and procurement in a company. If you have a 120K deal, then that's a lot easier and quicker to close than these types of large deals. Trust me, these are very challenging to push through. You need champions within the organization that's talking up Palantir internally, doing presentations, getting budget approval. I'm very familiar with this process. It's very challenging. And then also the earnings per share was a big miss for this earnings call, and the market reacted accordingly. Now, I talked about these challenges, with these large types of deals, and I want to see more of a modular approach from Palantir. I want to see them do smaller, bite-sized sales that they can, sell at a lower price. So it's the cost, the barrier to entry is much lower for companies. And I did some extra research here on LinkedIn Sales Navigator to sort of take a look at the sales structure in this company. And what I saw was that it was, a lot of new salespeople. This was not the case before when I looked at Palantir. So this is great news, but a lot of them are very new in the company. As you can see quickly from this screenshot, only a few months, 3 months, 4 months. A lot of new people, both in Europe and in the United States. And these types of people, I took a look at some of the profiles to see what type of sales people it was. And it was mostly geared towards the enterprise segment. So once again, these types of big deals, all right? And great salespeople with experience from other big companies that you will recognize. And this is something that I can see drive a lot of more big deals in the future. However, when it comes to smaller segments such as corporate or medium business or a demand generation engine such as inside sales and business development representatives, these are not present in the Palantir sales structure as of today. And this is something that I will look out for. I will see, in LinkedIn Sales Navigator when the company starts to employ BDR or ISR roles for setting appointments and hammering those cold calls out to organizations to get in there, do the demos, do the face-to-face meetings in the offices, and drive this type of growth. And right now, as I said, only enterprise roles. I believe that if we are to see greater growth from Palantir, they also need to be able to target the corporate and medium business segments because they are not present there right now. They have this launch program for startups. However, there's a big market that they're currently not addressing. So there's a lot of potential for growth once they get their sales structure, tighter and more in order, so to say. And if we take a look at Outlook and guidance as a finisher here, they talk about margins continuing to be low in the first quarter of this fiscal year. And this was not great for stock price once again. There was a huge dip on this earnings release. And even for the full year of 2020, they don't expect much in terms of greater margins. However, in the long term guidance, they still give a very strong signal with annual revenue growth of 30% or greater throughout 2025. And as an investor, I would be very happy to see them beat 30% every year, preferably a lot more. And if we see that they're not even addressing the total potential market that they could have, then I believe that these numbers are very reasonable and can be achieved in the long-term time span. But once again, this is something that the future will tell, and this has only been a conscious stream of my thoughts on the earning call, and I hope you appreciate me giving it to you in a PG friendly manner, as the F-bomb was dropped 2 times in the earnings call. And I like Alex Karp. I think he's original. Anyways, that's been it for this Q4 summary. Hope you make a ton of money, whatever trades you decide to do. Take care now. Bye bye.